I'm Harry.
And I'm Ralph.
And this is Paul. He owns this restaurant in Tulsa, Oklahoma called Thai Village Cuisine.
I think it's fair to say that this is one of our all-time favorite restaurants. We come here all the time. I don't know if I can think of any restaurant that we come to more often. And there's a lot of really great dishes here that we get like again and again. Really good food.
Oh yeah. So Paul, why don't you tell us a little about yourself?
Okay, my name is Paul. I live in Michigan for about 20 years. And then one day, my parents, they moved here. And then one day, I just decided to pack up and move. But I asked some of my buddies and friends and said, hey, we're moving to Tulsa, but I don't really know how Tulsa really is. But I just want something different. Maybe start a business. So we talked about a restaurant because while in college I worked in the restaurant industry and I learned a lot from that. My sister's into the restaurant, my aunt in there. So I asked one of my cousins that was down here helping my uncle run the restaurant, and I asked him, hey, do you want to be a partnership? And he is the experienced cook. So we got the recipe from him and his mother. And we came together and there's like 4 of us that started this thing. So we started this about 11 years ago. And we went all in. I had no family, like I wasn't married. One of my other partner, Tone, he's not married. And he's still not married right now. And the other 2 that are married, but they came here without their family. So we were like, we're going all in. We're just all pitch in and we're just gonna put this money. If we don't make it, it's fine because we're like 28 and 29 years old, you know? So if we don't make it, it's fine. We'll just do something different in 3 years because they say it takes about 3 to 5 years before a business stays. So we're like, let's sacrifice 3 years. If we don't make it, we'll just start over. And fortunately, we're here today.
Well, we're 11 years past and looks like you're still up and booming even in what's going on right now.
Yeah, luckily we have very good and very loyal customers. Our customers, they encourage us, they support us, they help us, they come in and they just want us here, and we have to adapt. So we have to sign up with DoorDash, we have to sign up with Uber Eats, we have to do Postmates, and the other one is like, I forgot, they don't use us that much. So there's like 4 delivery services that we use. 2 of them are free, and the other 2, they take a good chunk of it. But it was needed at the time because at the beginning, the first 2 weeks that we went into these only to-go or curbside services or delivering, it was very tough. We did what we have to do, and we scrambled, and we did everything we possibly did. We bought signs to put outside on the street so people could see it. We hit the social media really hard. Instagram, Facebook, the Thai Village Facebook, my own Facebook, hit it really hard, and we just go and find like certain groups that comes up with like COVID-19 group that support local business. We go in there, we post pictures, we tell them who we are, and we trying to find anything on social media place, a platform that we can use so we can keep people noticing that we're still open, because a lot of business did close down temporarily. So the first 2 weeks, people were still calling to see if we're open or not. So it was very tough.
Oh yeah. Yeah, a couple other favorite places I go said they were closed until April 30th.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's really nice how you're using social media. Do you have like a following on there? Are you on like different websites?
Right now, our main thing, like for our stuff, is the Thai Village Facebook page and our Instagram. Those are the 2 main things. We used to have a few websites, but each different years we lose it because the people that they want to maintain for us, we lose contact with them. We can't find them no more. So I have to find a way to do it myself because we lose people and then we don't know what to do because we can't get in there and add anything.
Well, that makes it more personal.
Yeah,
when it's you.
Yeah, so that's why we haven't really come up with a website because having a website is, I think, it's more difficult than just
Everyone's
doing
on social media
yeah,
anyway.
Yeah, and I think that Facebook is it's very efficient, effective, and you don't have to pay anything. You know.
Yeah.
So like a lot of websites, they say it's free, but it's not. They'll give you maybe a year for free, and they start they want to charge you, and you either leave or you have to pay.
Sometime during your childhood, you came to America, lived in Michigan, and how you were born in Thailand, and you were born in Thailand too, weren't you?
Yes, I was born in north of Bangkok.
Oh, nice. And how old were you when you came to the States for the first time?
I was about 7 years old. But the funny part is, I am a Thai citizen, or natural born citizen. Now I'm a U.S. citizen. But my ethnicity is Hmong. So my parents came from Laos, migrated to Thailand, and then I was born there. So we have Laos influence, Thai influence, and then we have our own influence from like Hmong food and stuff like that.
That's really cool. Do you think that is any of the food here based on like foods you would have in your childhood?
Yes, the curry, the curry and the pad thai and the fried rice are kind of what we eat. It might not be perfectly the same as this, but it's a version of it. You know, so like when we make it at home and here, sometimes it's different because of at home we make it what we have. In here we have to have a certain recipe, certain ingredients, and everything has to be consistent. It has to be the same thing all the time. But at home, when you run out of stuff, you just use whatever you have. So it's basically the same thing, but it might taste different because of the ingredients.
Oh, of course. Are there any Thai dishes that you yourself are particularly fond of?
I really like the basil stuff with the Thai food. Like, I know you guys like the green curry. That's a basil dish. But we also like traditional pad kapao, and it has a lot of basil and onion in there. It's a brown sauce dish, and I like red curry too. Red curry could also be made into a soup with noodles, or you could eat it with rice, or it depends on how you make it.
Oh yeah, the red curry's really good.
We really like your Thai paintings that you've got on the wall up here. Where did you get those?
We actually ordered from Thailand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, straight out of Thailand. 12 years ago when we started this thing. So these are actually Thai paintings from Thailand, which is we got it for a pretty good deal.
Wow.
Because of the money, the difference of the money and the value of the money. Yeah, we got it probably for like each one. That's probably like $5 to $10.
Wow.
And it's probably cheaper to ship it than to buy the art. You know.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, those look great. We're always checking them out while we eat. Man, that's really cool.
Yeah, they're beautiful, and $5 to $10 is unbelievable. I would have guessed them to be at least $100 a piece.
Yeah, but when you look at the conversion, I don't know what it is right now, but $1 probably get you 35 baht to 40 baht. I don't know what but
Something like that.
yeah, but if you're just looking at 35 baht, $5 give them like over close to 200 baht. So that's pretty good amount of money over there. You know. you could go on the, as you've been to Thailand before,
Oh,
you
yeah.
could probably get food for like 15 baht.
Yeah, maybe if you want to just get white rice and
Like a
a
dish?
couple of vegetables, and they just bag it up for you.
Harry, weren't you in Thailand for like several months?
I
at
was.
School? Yeah, that's pretty impressive. I forgot about that. So I'm the only one at this table who hasn't been to Thailand. So, I mean, who cooked for you and where did you eat? Where did you, taste these really great dishes that you make here for the first time?
And honestly, I think my dad is a very good cook, but he's very good at certain things. So my mom cooked most of the varieties and stuff. Like even though she doesn't eat seafood, she could cook really good fish. So I learned most of cooking from my mom, but I also learned a lot of good signature dish from my dad. So they both cook and everything like that. But my parents, they cook more of traditional Hmong food and more of Laos food because they grew up in Laos. So Thai food is when I learned from my sister and my aunt in there because they have restaurants since I was like I can't remember, like maybe like 12 years old. So I learned all that from them. But I always liked cooking since I was a young person.
Nice. So, you mentioned before that you opened up a restaurant in Michigan. Like, was that Thai food too?
No, that was my sister. So my sister opened a Thai restaurant, and then my aunt and I opened a Thai restaurant. So that's where I kind of got the Thai influence. And I think Thai food is, to me, it's Thai food most resemble close to the taste of mom, because we like spicy stuff. So to me, I like that a lot more. So that's why I chose to do Thai food.
Oh, we really like the Thai food.
Oh yeah, there's not very many Thai restaurants around, and I'm sure that, you know, coming out as a new Thai restaurant, probably not very many of them make it. So it's probably pretty impressive that you've done so well, especially, you know, with the quarantine and everything.
Well, that's another thing I was going to ask about, because, like you said, there's not a whole lot of Thai places to eat in Tulsa, Oklahoma, as there might be in LA. So, when you first moved to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and opened up this restaurant, how did it do with most of the locals in this area when you started?
From what I've seen and from what I've experienced, and I have friends that open restaurant, it seems like Tulsa is a very good place to open a restaurant, because a lot of people like to try new things here. So if you have a good product, you're probably going to be able to maintain most of those customers. And I knew it was scary because Tulsa, I know it's not very as diverse at the time, like 10 years ago. Like I think Tulsa is getting more diverse and more cuisines of different ethnicities coming in. But before, like when I came here, I noticed there's a lot of Mexican restaurants in here, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of Italian restaurants. But the Asian restaurant wasn't allowed. But I knew that there was a market for it, so I just took a chance. It's not like in Michigan, you know, we have over thousands of Thai restaurants, and in Tulsa there's only like it used to be like 10, but now it's some of them is closed down. So there's probably only like from 5 to 8. I don't know exactly.
Well, then you're probably
yeah.
the best.
So we have been here for almost 12 years, and I think that we have done pretty well in terms of like being able to get people to like our kind of Thai food, because I think different restaurant has different kind of Thai food. And as Lana Thai, they have Thai food from the Lana region. So their food is very good from their region. And our food is like Thai food from the Bangkok region. And then you got Thai Siam that used to have it. They're from the Siam. So they have like 4 or 5 different regions. And food is different in each region too. So they all look the same, but they taste different. You know, it's just like you go into like McDonald's or Fat Guy's Burger, and you got different burgers. It's kind of like that. So
sure.
Yeah, a lot of people that don't understand, or they come here, they say, "Why don't your Thai food taste like the one I eat?" And I just go, "It's because we're different." So they might look the same, but they'll taste different. So it was risky because our food was different from all the food here, because all the Thai restaurants around here, they're from like either the way north region or south region, and their food is not as flavorful, and that's how it is in those regions. And our food is like, we have like a lot of flavors in our food. Like I believe that a lot of younger people like our food more than older people. You know.
Oh, for sure.
Like if you go to Lana Thai or a lot of the restaurants in here, you have an older crowd, you know, because their food are more, it's not just as flavorful, but it's good in their own ways.
So kind of on how there's like different types of Thai food, you talked earlier about how ingredients that you have access to here have kind of a different taste to what you'd actually be getting in Thailand. So what are kind of some specific differences?
So
that,
for example, I've talked to people who have gone to Thailand. I've talked to people who live there and they come eat here and they go, "Wow, your food is almost comparable to the food there." One thing is because of the spice. It's like we don't shy away from the spice. So it's spicy in Thailand. So that's there. We use really good quality coconut. Like people in Thailand will use. We also use really flavorful ingredients. So it's similar. It might not taste exactly like the stuff in Bangkok, but it's similar to it. But like you said, in Thailand, I think more people get more of real coconut, like real coconut juice or real coconut milk from the coconut tree. So with that, it just gives a different flavor. Like us, we have to use canned coconut. We can't use fresh.
Yeah.
So the fresh part is different from ours being canned. Even though we use very quality coconut, it's still canned coconut. So I mean, you're not gonna get that freshness. And over there, the curry that some of the restaurants they make their own curry. Like for us, we can't make our own curry. It'll be a long process, and we can't grow curry. So we have to buy curry paste and then make it. So even with that, it's a difference in taste. Like you have somebody going and make the curry and make the food, that's gonna be a whole different level of taste. You know? So
Speaking of where you get your food, how you said you use canned coconut milk. The food that you cook, I know you have a set of ingredients. Do you buy your ingredients at a grocery store, or is there like a supplier or distribution center that you
yeah,
get
we all our ingredients we buy from Nam Hai, a Asian supermarket, and we get mostly from that. And then there are other markets that we go to when we run out because Nam Hai is a little further out there. So we just go to the other local markets. Like we have a few markets out here that have certain stuff. So if they have it, we'll go there. But yeah, I mean, Oklahoma is such a far place for a lot of supplier. You have to, in order for like a supplier to come direct to you, you have to have a certain amount of orders. Which I think now we could do it because we have been growing a lot. But I gotta look into that. But now we still use like local Asian markets. And then for like chicken and stuff, we use like Cisco, which is one of the biggest companies in the US. So we use a lot of the meat and vegetables from there.
So when it comes to customers, like how many of them are Thai customers?
You know, we don't have a lot of Thai customers, but we do have, once in a while we'll see a Thai person, either they're visiting ORU or either they're coming here to work. Because here we have like an oil training facility around this area, and some of those people from Thailand come here for training, and they'll come and eat here. So yeah, I mean we just see that once in a while, but we have a lot of people that travel to Thailand or have experienced a lot of Thai food, and they'll come here and they say this is pretty good, you know, pretty authentic to what they have experienced. And California or Oregon, it's Seattle and that area is very big on Thai food.
Wow, I'm surprised.
So they said that we're pretty similar to some of those food out there.
I'm surprised that you said you didn't get many Thai customers. So do people say, I'm just wondering, because the food here, you said you didn't shy away from the spice, and that's definitely true. Do people ever say that the food is hot? Because it seems like I usually get it on mild.
Yeah, we kind of always express to people, and sometimes it sounds redundant or it sounds like we are putting people down, and we just go, you really have to consider, or you have to know if you eat hot somewhere else, you might want to lower down because of our spice. I still believe we have the most spicy food in town. The funny part is we have a good story about we had a special episode done on us with Channel 2 News, and they came in here and they heard that we have some of the most spicy food, and it was like probably right in the middle of winter, and anchor guy took I cooked him this most spicy food, and he took a spoon of it and he ran around and he went outside and sticked his tongue right on that light bulb for like 5 minutes. And they got it on TV, everything. It was on TV.
Oh my God.
So it was on Channel 2 News, and everybody was just laughing and stuff like that. So that's some fun story.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was good because it was an anchor guy, and it was on news. They were shooting news.
That's good exposure.
Yeah, it was good exposure. So we've been lucky over the years where we have gotten free exposure from media, from like you guys, or from the news, or
Hopefully.
from newspaper, or people's been written about us, and you know, it's just a lot of help, a lot of luck, and maybe we have good food and people tell other people, so they want to come in here, or they want to experience it, or they want to know about it.
That's awesome.
So when it comes to your location in Tulsa, you're kind of uptown near Jenks. How is this location working for you?
So this location, when we found this location, the place was like a mess. It was a restaurant before us that we don't know what happened, but this place was half burnt.
Whoa,
Yes,
really?
Yeah, so when we came in and we saw it, we liked the location. Like, I believe location is one of the point of being successful, but I don't think location is the most important. I still think the food and the quality of the food is still the most important, but your location helps. So it does. I think that they go hand in hand, but I still think that the quality of food is a little bit above location, because location only pulls people that don't know about you in, but the people that know about you or have food here, they come because of the food quality, it's not because of the location. So I think location is best for people that have never been here, or people that drive through and they see and they come here. But if you have good food, people's going to tell the people, so they're going to come anyway. But we picked this location because I believe this location was good though. So I also believe firmly location is not the most important, but I think it's the second most important. And it's like in a corner position. It's right at the intersection of like four ways, and the university is right there. So when I saw this, I was like, let's see what we can do with this, because we looked in here and it was like the kitchen was burnt. You know what I mean? So we talked to them, and because it was burnt, or maybe this thing was closed for a while, we were able to talk to them, and they were able to give us a good deal.
So you're doing better than the last people at this location for sure.
I think we are, because honestly, like when we came in and we talked to the person that was handling the lease, she even warned us that there's a lot of business that's been through here. I think we're like the fourth or fifth restaurant. And she even said, hey, I'll be honest with you guys, there's 4 restaurants before you guys that have not made it. But I'm always a firm believer in good food and good services. You know what I mean? I think that is like even above the location. So if you have that, then you will do good. If you have good food and good service, it will always win. If you don't have that, you might need a little bit of location to bring people in. So we just, like I said earlier, we just went all in, and we just said, you know what, win or lose, let's try it. You know what I mean? So that's how we came and found this. We looked all over town.
So you said earlier that you have friends and family working in the restaurant. How's that work? Do you all get along?
Yeah, I mean, you have to be professional. I think if you show them that when they're at work, it's work. It doesn't matter if you're family, your husband and wife, like my wife works there, my mom works there, and we're family, but when we're at work, it's like, I'm still the employer, you guys still the employees. You're gonna get paid for your work, and I'm gonna make sure I pay you for your work. So if you distinguish that, then it becomes a professional relationship.
That's pretty impressive.
So,
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard because sometimes you think, okay, they're my family, they're just helping out, and if I pay them, I pay them. But you have to be professional. You have to pay them.
That's another thing I was worried about, because I know when you're working for family, it would have its own set of advantages for you in the workplace as an employer or employee. But I would also be afraid that when I'm in a work environment with family members, it could compromise our family relationship.
So here, you talk about the advantages, you talked about the disadvantage and the advantage of family and friends working with us.
Yes.
And that's a good point. The advantages of family and friends working is that you know that they're going to show up. And if they don't, they will let you know, because they're going to have to face it. You know? So they just can't do a no-show, or just don't show up one day and don't show up the other one. So that's the advantage. And then the disadvantage is if you have a family function, you might have to decide to close it down, because everybody wants to go to the function. Or if you have a wedding, then you have to say some go and some doesn't go, or either we close it well, nobody goes, right? So those are the disadvantages, or even a family debt. Now that's when everybody wants to go. So most likely, sometimes we close that down. So that's the disadvantage. But the advantages is you know that they will always be there to work. If they're lying or not, you know if they're lying or not, right? So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
if you know that they're having family problems, you kind of be like, okay, it's fine. But if you know they're lying, then you'd be like, hey, why didn't you want to show up to work? So most likely they won't lie to you. So that's the advantage there.
And speaking of getting married, you got married about 5 years ago, I think.
Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. 5 years ago.
Like, when you got married, did you have Cone run the restaurant for you during that time?
Yeah, that was the other disadvantage that we had. So in my culture, when I got married, we have kind of like two ceremonies. One in California where my wife was from, at the in-laws, and then one that is here. So even the one that we went to California, my mom had to stay back and run the restaurant with Cone and one of my brothers. So half the family went to that ceremony, and half of them stayed. But when we had this big, we call the American wedding here, the full wedding here, then we closed the restaurant down for 4 days because everybody wants to go to it, and we have a lot of planning and a lot of stuff. We got a lot of family coming to town, so we get to close the restaurant for 4 days. And it was a good thing because at the time we were coming from our contract, our first contract, and we're signing a new lease. So in that lease, they gave us some money to remodel. So it was great because we planned the wedding during that weekend, closed for 4 days, and we renovated the restaurant, and everything worked out. So when we came back to like a new restaurant.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it worked out.
And Paul, I know you're not just a restaurant owner, but you're also an author.
Yeah, I try to write here and there, which at the start of the restaurant, I was able to write more because the traffic was slower. Like, the restaurant was like just not as busy as we are today, because you were new, and you have days that you might not even have that many customers. You have days that you'll be busy, but the non-customer days were more. So it's like, the more you think about it, the more you get depressed, or the more scared you get, because you're like, we're not going to be making any money, So I turned myself into writing. So I wrote a lot of poetry and a lot of statements or quotes and stuff like that. And over the year, I published probably like 8 or 9 books now. I've been ever since I got married like 5 years ago, I haven't been as active because I had my daughter, and then I'm gonna have another son in July, this July. So we have another baby coming. So I haven't been writing, but yeah, I have altogether 9 books.
You're a Renaissance man. You're an author and a chef.
I try to be.
Wow.
I try to be.
And you're a true entrepreneur.
Yes, I think in everything you do, you got to be an entrepreneur. It doesn't matter, like even as you guys doing videos and doing your YouTube, you got to be an entrepreneur yourself.
Well, and I mean, I think we all know most businesses fail, but 99% of books never get published. Mm-hmm. So the fact that you got some done, like 9, that's pretty amazing. Also, that it's multiple industries.
Yes, it is. I think it's amazing just to write a book. But nowadays, because of the self-publishing offers that you get, you could do it yourself.
Oh yeah.
So
it's easier than ever.
Yeah, it's easy to publish, but
most people don't have the determination.
yes, and money, but the financial support for that is a lot too. Like it's not easy to publish, and it's not cheap to publish. So even though you're not going the traditional way, which like a traditional publisher, you still consider a self-publisher or doing it yourself. It's still tough. It's not easy because you still have to learn how to put everything together without no guidance. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I think it's a good accomplishment, but also to say, and to be fair, it's easier to publish nowadays than.
And I think it's wonderful that you've been able to make a living just working for yourself, because for the vast majority of people, entrepreneurship doesn't work because I guess they don't feel committed enough, or they don't have the initiative to just work for themselves. It's like they might have to have a boss telling them what to do as an employee, and the only thing that'll keep them going is the fear that they're gonna lose their job.
Yes, I think that's very important. I guess a lot of people don't succeed is because they get scared or they stop thinking that they can do it. And it's hard because being an entrepreneur, it can take you 10 years to get to where a person who's been working like a good job, and like they could get there in a couple of years. But the great part is once you get there in 10 years, those people, once you catch up with them, they're just flat in the line because they're working with somebody. And the only way for them to go up is more promotion and stuff like that. But as an entrepreneur, once you get there in 10 years, you keep on going up. You know what I mean? From there on,
There's no limit.
no limit. So you keep going up. So yeah, it might take you a long sacrifice, but once you get there, then the people that have been there already, they just stay there, but you could keep going up if you know what to do and if you keep doing it better. You just want to improve, keep improving. But it's scary because 10 years is a long time, but it's not. If you think about it, it's a long time, but if you are in there and then you realize that it's already 10 years, it's not that long. But once you get that 10 years in, you can do a lot with your business because it's already sustainable. So you just build on top of that. You just find what works, what doesn't work, and what can you do to improve it and to get better.
Of course. All right, so as of right now, we're at Thai Village Cuisine, and this is in the shopping plaza at 81st and Lewis. It's right across from Oral Roberts.
Yeah, we're right across from Oral Roberts. Really beautiful area. Great food. I know most people are hiding at home right now, but you know, once we can go outside again, you should all get down here. So thank you so much for talking to us today. I think it was really interesting. And I mean, I think that this is one of our favorite restaurants, and it was really great to be able to learn more about it and, you know, hopefully share it with people.
Oh, definitely. All right, 2 thumbs up for Bernhardt Reviews.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you guys, and once this quarantine or this pandemic blows over, you guys could come back and do another food review.
Oh yeah.
Great.
Where we could cook about 6 dishes, and we could sit here and we could eat and do another food review, and you can ask questions about the cooking itself,
All
the
right.
process of preparing it, and the process of how we make it.
Oh, sounds wonderful.
Sounds awesome. Thank you so much.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Well, it was really good talking. I think we're gonna wrap it up.
Yep.
All right. This
Great.
was Bernhardt Reviews. Thumbs up. See
Thumbs
you all
up.
later.
Stay awesome.
Okay.